Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day to all my wonderful scholars and guests to the series of Why Do I Overthink? Today we're going to tackle the third and final example where in the peacekeeper loop we overthink and how not to overthink. And this is also very typical where a family member or a group of friends where one person reaches out to the group chat and says, hey, do you guys want to do so-and-so on Sunday? What's everyone's schedule? And you go, no, I'm having this day for myself. And what do? You say, I'm not responding. There's a few other people in the group, let them respond. And then I will join their response, which is to avoid going out the Sunday because I'm really not in a mood and I have so much to do. And not really in a mood in general, because then every time I go out with this group, there's issues. I want to avoid this for whatever reason. And what you do is you overthink. Well, I would like to write to them that I'm busy with other stuff, or I won't be able to make it. So sorry. But then you overthink, no, because what happens? They're going to think that they won't like me, they'll be upset at me, and then you overthink and you keep on going back to your phone every 2 minutes to wait and hope that someone else is going to fill in what you want to fill in. But most probably in many group chats, you have everyone thinking the same thing. Now here, it's not the end of the world, but if you want to be free, you do something very simple that actually might be easier for you, where you thank the person, you say, this is such a beautiful idea. It is. It's not for you, but it's a beautiful idea. Friends spending time together, going places, and you say, wow, that is so nice. I will not be able to join. I have plans that I made beforehand, pre-organized plans, and I will not be able to join. You got it off, and most probably everyone will join you, and they go, yeah, I'm also busy, yeah. On the contrary, here, be the first one, maybe not the first second. You want to sit down and learn how to write it out nicely, and not to create any traps. What would be a trap? The trap would be some people are scared to say it won't work for me, so they do something which they don't think, and they say, oh, maybe next time. But you know you haven't gone in the last 2 years on any of these exciting events on Sunday because you know what they're like and it's just not for you. You have other things you like to join, but you don't want to. When you say next time, like we spoke about in previous weeks, you're just kicking the can down the road and you're giving them false expectations and hope. And then they'll say, wait, you said 3 months ago next time. You never say yes. Why did you say next time? Don't give them any false hope. Just be straight, honest. The second idea of getting off the hook so you don't have to overthink and run back to your phone, it happens to be when you go and respond, not within the first second because you want to give it a thought of how to respond to it nicely, you turn into a leader. You turn into a leader because the first one, other people they want to think how to write it or not to write it or maybe wait for someone else. You're a leader. When you're a leader, you are respected by the individual that invited everyone for this event on Sunday and by all your other friends. Wow, he has guts. They right away wrote in a straightforward and the most beautiful way, complimented the person and says it won't work for them, and you move along. So there's actually a few benefits. There is the feeling of fear to answer, but if you don't, there is a greater feeling of avoiding the answer. Because then there's the overthinking, and then you're preoccupied what does someone else say, and then if it's a day or two no one answers, then you go, oh my gosh, this person must think we're ignoring them, and then the person many times reaches out to you personally saying, did you see my message? And suddenly you fumble, and because you weren't ready for it, so you must probably lie, but they could see that you already saw it, or they can't see because you blocked that, forget the word, which people could see if you did see it or didn't see it. You're making it harder for yourself, even though your settings on your phone is that they can't see what you see, and vice versa. You're making it harder for yourself. It was hard to say thank you, this is a beautiful idea, this will not work for me, or have something pre-planned. I understand that's hard, but the alternative, again, is so much harder. So the only reason why people go to the way harder things because they're not thinking. What I'm putting in front of you is, let's go back to the analogy. It's or breathing a little bit of the air of the mold, which is unhealthy, or you're going to jump off and swim, but you can't swim, so you'll drown to death. Do you want to die in 10 minutes? Or do you want to go through a little bit of breathing of some mold till you get to the shore, which is another 50 minutes? That's what it boils down to. Do the harder thing so you don't have to overthink, and you do not need to run to your phone back and forth and think about this. Some people don't even sleep at night. Happens to be between me and you. If you keep on doing this thing and being straightforward, and there's no passive aggressive, and there's no being weak, and there's no being a coward, and there's no overthinking, it happens to be you start getting used to it and you actually feel good about your inner emotional strength, which naturally you do have it. The only reason why you're wishy-washy, it's not because that's who you are, because that's the dirt and dust that was thrown on your beautiful diamond as a child. But you, at your core, are intrinsically confident, straightforward, and you could do it. Thanks for listening, and thanks for doing the things that are hard versus the things that are very difficult, that have a lag effect many times, days, weeks, and months, and in certain cases even years of you being harassed. Being straightforward is the hardest thing in a way, but the good thing is once you're done, you're done. Have a wonderful and delightful day. Please do remember that you're way greater than you think you are. Thank you.